Currently, the United States is trillions of dollars in debt. The government spends an astronomical amount of money on foreign aid, defense, more programs than any one person can really think of, and of course, the salaries of the government employees. As we all know, the financial status of the country right now is in dire shape. As of May of 2012, over 700,000 people were homeless. Millions of Americans are struggling to make ends meet. It's a given the government's got to do something to get the economy back on track. To go along with this, budget cuts are pretty much a must. The military has been undergoing downsizing for years. Pay raises for us are extremely low, and the government's not doing anything to help us out. The time has come for the elected officials in Congress to do something productive for America and help the millions of struggling people. As we look at the growing debt, the obvious question is, what do we do to stop it? We rely on our appointed officials in Congress and the President to be there for the people and ensure we live in a stable and safe, free country. The elected officials are failing miserably at this, and we as a people need to stand up and make them know that they're failing. The causes for our high debt could be discussed for hours, but for right now I want to talk about the issue of congressional salaries and the benefits they receive. For rank and file members of the Senate, the first termers, the new guys up there, their pay is no less than $174,000 a year. $174,000. Plus the benefits they receive. The Senate and House leadership, the guys that have been there for a while, the majority and minority leaders receive no less than $193,000 a year, whereas the Speaker of the House is sitting at a nice $223,000 a year, a little bit more than that. Of course, they also have their benefits, their retirement benefits. Everything that they get is given to them. Vehicles, security, you name it, is pretty much given to them. They have per diem benefits along with housing allowances, and the list can go on and on. The President alone makes $400,000 a year, and his benefits. You ask yourself, what type of expenses does a president have? Pretty much nothing. Everything is given to him. A house, car, transportation. He's got his own airplane, for goodness sake. The perks that go along with all these positions is more money out of the taxpayer's pocket, and it needs to stop. A lot of people might think that politicians have earned what they have been given and that the perks come along with the position. Now, if you believe this to be true, then take this and see where you can go with it. If you're at your job and you're doing a horrible job, you think your boss is going to be like, oh, they deserve a pay raise? Or would it be more along the lines of either you get your act together or find a new job? I'm guessing it's going to be find a new job. But why should our elected officials be any different? They were hired to that position by Americans, by the people themselves who elected them to do this. They work for America. It's time that they improve their job or they find a new one. It's we the people. It's what this country was founded on, and it's time to take this back. And how do you do this? Well, we got to get the word out to Americans, let them know exactly what's going on. The salaries that they make and the perks that they get comes out of our pockets, comes out of the taxpayers' pockets. Petitions can be made, rallies, peaceful rallies. We can demand that they lower their salaries and limit their terms in office. Congress votes on their own pay raise. Now, some congressmen will say they declined a pay raise. I have to ask, that's got to be some type of ulterior motive there. So why would anybody in their right mind decline a pay raise? Well, for votes, I'm sure. If you eliminate these benefits, you eliminate the amount of money that they receive every year, and ensure that you follow through with it, make sure they don't just go and up their pay again every year, and we don't let it get out of control. We limit the amount of spending. We demand this. We the people demand this. Benjamin Franklin proposed that the government or elected officials aren't paid for their position or for their services. The other founding fathers disagreed with this, and they decided to pay the members while they were in session. The amounts were a mere few dollars back in those days, but by 1855, members began receiving an annual salary of about $3,000. The amount they receive today is more than the country can afford. Given the economy and our budget cuts, the downsizing, unemployment, so on and so on, it's time the officials themselves take a budget cut and put that money back into the pockets of the American people, the ones that really need it. And the only way we can get this to happen is if we voice our opinions, we make it known that the congressmen and women don't deserve the perks that they've been getting. Thank you.